Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I am on the Tennessee Tom Bigby Waterway, affectionately called the 10 Tom. It's, what time is it? 7:42 in the morning. And the sun is trying to peek above the trees. There you go. So I'm just anchored in a little place called Waverly Cut. It's just on this side of the river. It's a nice little secluded area. Let's take a walk outside and see what it looks like. This anchorage is a nice secluded area right off of the river, so you don't get any of the wake from any of the barges or passing boats. And there goes Randy and Carolyn taking their dog Lily up to the park, which is right around the corner. It's a nice little boat ramp and like a dog run. Great little place for you to take your animal. And on the way there, they're going to cross under this abandoned railroad swing bridge built back in 1914. Really cool looking bridge. The first thing I need to do is crank up the generator. Turn it on. It has to make connection. Once it makes connection, there we go. And I hold it in until it starts and until the green light stops flashing once it starts. There we go. All right, I got 120 volts, 60 cycles. I've got 62 psi, and the temperature will be coming up as it warms up. I'll go ahead and both sides. Yep, I don't need this side on, just need the one side. And I'm going to turn on the stove. There we go. And while I'm at it, my inverter is charging my batteries. I'm going to turn on an extra battery charger that I've got wired in. Give myself another 17 amps on top of this 80 amps. So get the batteries going. All right, cool. Yep, got to make some breakfast this morning. Had somebody comment, what do you make for breakfast on the boat? Because, you know, I know a lot of people that will just have like a muffin or something. Yeah, I have muffins, deadly triple chocolate muffins that I could just have a cup of coffee and a muffin. But, you know, that's just like once in a while. I'd much rather make a nice breakfast. So I've got the generator running, charging the batteries. And it's charging the house batteries because at nighttime, all the refrigerators and everything on the boat bring the house batteries down a bit. So on the hook, I have to run run the generator in the morning to charge the house batteries back up again. House batteries run everything except for the stove. It just pulls too much power. So I've diced up some mushrooms, onions, and some pre-cooked bacon. I've diced up some small potatoes, and they're cooking right now. They're sizzling. And while that's going on, I'll go ahead and get my coffee ready. I've got a gallon jug that I use of filtered water. At the dock, I just used one of those RV filters, those little blue filters that you stick in the hose, and I have a short piece of hose, and I fill up several of these jugs, and it fits nicely in this little spot here. And I have this small little Chulux coffee maker. It is probably the tiniest of the single cup, K-cup style maker. Also, I like using cream and sugar, and if you've ever had Cuban cafe con leche, it's leche being milk and sugar, but this is la lechera, which is sweetened condensed milk. So all you do is squirt some of this in your coffee, and if you like cream and sugar, it's all in one, and it's very thick and creamy. So it makes your coffee taste like a cafe con leche. It makes it taste very rich and creamy. So I squeeze some of that in there, and that is my cream and sugar all in one. And I also love my cinnamon. A little bit of cinnamon. Just, I don't know, cinnamon and coffee just seems to go right. All right. Potatoes are probably real close to being done. All right. Oh, that's hot. Oh, hot. Mushrooms, onions, bacon. Gotta have bacon. Mix it up a little bit. Yeah. Turn the heat up. Let that all come together and make some goodness. And I also have a nice, really perfectly, just a little bit soft on the outside, very firm on the inside, avocado. So that's going to be along with it also. So I'm going to cook this up while that's kind of sizzling. Let's see, what's going to go on today? On the south side of us, we're kind of closed in. That bridge I showed you, you can't get through. The south side, it's just, I don't know, a half mile long, this whole thing. Maybe not even that long. So the south side is closed in right now with a dredge. So the dredge and the tug and all the pipes and everything, they're kind of doing some work out there. So they're periodically moving the pipes back and forth. And the pipes, if you've ever seen one, the dredge pipes float on the water. And they've got our opening down there closed off. So we talked to him yesterday on the radio, and he said, yeah, we're going to be working. Kind of let us know when you're ready to leave, and we'll coordinate with you when we got one of the pipes out of the way. We'll give you a call so you can boogie out. So right now, we may end up staying another night here. I don't know. No hurry. Just kind of enjoying the peacefulness of being on the hook. I love anchoring out. Stir them up a little bit. Yeah, they're getting really smelling good. My goodness. Get the coffee going. Okay. Cut me some nice fresh avocado. Find the right spot, and yeah, right there. One more little flip. Yeah. Time for the eggs. I'm going to turn the heat off. I don't like cooking my eggs really, really well. I like them kind of staying soft and fluffy. So turn the heat off. These are really huge eggs. Jumbos. Now normally I would throw a little bit of milk in there, but I don't have any. The milk just ends up making the egg a little more fluffy. One of the things you have to be careful of when you do put milk in eggs, or like scrambled eggs to make them fluffy, is milk burns very quickly over high heat, or any kind of heat. So you only want to use milk and eggs to make them fluffy when you're going to make them kind of like I'm doing today, which is just barely done. If you make if you like, some of the people like Southern cooking, they like almost like frying their scrambled eggs up. They're like just almost burnt. Not burnt, but they're really, really, really well done. If you put milk in it, then they will tend to start tasting burnt, because the milk will tend to burn quickly. But yeah, you just keep cooking. I like my eggs. I don't know if you ever watched Gordon Ramsay. He does what's called the perfect egg, which is you keep whipping it, mixing it, putting in like creme fraiche, and keep moving it, taking it off the heat. Do everything you can to just keep the egg from hardening up. Keeping it soft, and then you take it off just before it's completely done, and the egg, while it's still nice and hot, kind of like this, will continue to cook even though you drop it in the plate, so that it ends up being a very, very delicate, light soft, fluffy egg. And that's what I kind of strive for. So I'll cook it until it's just barely done. You still see some of it. It's not quite 100% cooked. Yeah, when you dump it back into your dish, it's still extremely hot. So it's gonna completely cook down more than I would like it. So that's why I stop while it's still pretty soft. And it almost looks like it's uncooked. You see some of the white spots that are looking a little uncooked. By the time I get up to the table and get my coffee and everything, all that completely hardens up perfectly, and you end up with a nice, fluffy, softy, perfectly cooked egg. At least that's the way I like it. Everybody has their own way. My brother Rudy, I cooked an egg like this for him one time. He goes, yeah, it was good. The next morning, I went to cook it, and he goes, would you cook it all the way for me? So, yeah, I know everybody likes their eggs differently. All righty, I think we're ready. Oh, man. Hopefully the camera's picking me up okay with that light. Usually I don't like shooting with light behind me because it makes the iris down. But it's just so pretty out there, and the sun is warming me on my back, and it's still chilly in the boat. So I'm going to leave it open. All right. Let's see what we've got. Oh, why does it always taste so much better when you're on a boat or camping or something, when you make a breakfast? God, it tastes so good. So, there you go. You can eat like a king on a boat. You don't have to eat muffins and coffee. So good. Yeah, as soon as it warms up a little bit, I think I want to try some fish in here. The water's not crazy clean. It is river water, which still comes all down from the Mississippi and everything, but a lot more of it is runoff of the rivers and streams. So I'm guessing it's going to be okay to catch fish here. And when I say that, catching fish is fine, but I really want to eat one. So I looked in the DNR website, and they said, sadly enough, I think it was one fish a week without getting too much of the harmful chemicals and stuff that's in the fish. So I'm going to see what I can catch here. Catfish or bass, I don't care, either one. Both are delicious. So maybe I'll try that today, just do some fishing. I'm going to enjoy my breakfast, and we'll see what else comes up. I'm going to try a little fishing. I'm going to start off with a little fluke first. See how that works. Got a fairly heavy weight on there to get it down quicker. And if you hear planes in the background, I'm close to the Columbus Air Force Base, which does T6 practicing, which is a small turbopropped airplane, and they fly around here constantly. They also have T-38s that will take off, but they take off to the north. And you just hear a little bit of rumbling as they're taking off, and then you never hear them going overhead because they're gone in a hurry. It looks so nice and fishy up here. But I found that fishing up here for bass is just a completely different type of fishing. I'm used to flipping into the reeds, and the way I move the lure will catch bass like crazy. In Florida here, the bass like
different types of lures, and they don't like it in the shallows as much, from what I can have learned. Most people like to fish in the very deep water. So yeah, trying to figure it out. Not even a bite, and I've been tossing different lures, buzz baits, worms, and what have you, and nothing. Almost an hour of going everywhere that I can reach all around the boat. Not even a little bitty bite. Well, I've been running my air conditioner a lot while I was at the marina a few weeks ago, quite a bit. So I think it's about time to empty or clean out this air conditioning strainer. So let's go do that. Turn on my engine room lights. That's what's nice about this boat. Just lift up my stairs and I can walk right down into the engine room. Sweet. Okay. It's right here. So let me show you how I do this. All right, first thing I do is I have to turn off the valve that goes with the water inlet valve right down here. It goes in, it goes through this filter, and then it goes into the pump. So now that it's closed off, I should be able to, by hand, yes, once I break it loose, open this up. Pull out the strainer, see if we got anything in it. How's it look? Can't quite tell. It's like a little bit of roughage in there, so I'm gonna go outside and empty it. All right, so there is a bunch of little tiny snails in there. Yeah, I got it. All right. Okay, and also, you have to make sure that it lines up, this particular one. You have to make sure it lines up and go, there you go, goes all the way down. So that this thing here is below the top. Otherwise, this won't close. Also, I like to keep the seal lubed up with a little bit of silicone grease. That way you don't have to tighten this really tight. Just about like that. And then don't forget to turn this valve back on. The one thing I added was if your boat's in salt water, it sucks up salt water from outside in through the AC pump and goes through both of my air conditioning units. So I can take and connect up a garden hose here, open this valve, and I can flush fresh water through, gets rid of all the salt water if the boat's going to be sitting for any length of time. So it keeps the inside of the AC units nice and fresh. That's a very easy, handy little option to add. Okay, I'm going to leave the anchorage, run down to Columbus Marina, get some fuel, and see where we go from there. So let's crank it up. I'm a little concerned about my anchor because this Waverly Cut is slammed full of logs, and Not So Fast was over there, and when they left, Randy says he spent 45 minutes trying to get his anchor off of like a 2-foot cross log, and had to end up banging on it with a sledgehammer, and he bent one of his flukes on his anchor and all that. So I'm a little leery about what's going to happen to me. I had a back anchor hanging down. Thank goodness it was only stuck on a branch, so I got it up and got it freed. So now my other anchor is way down in there somewhere. Yeah, the windows are all... I have to unzip some of this to be able to see out. So let's see. So my anchor's down in there somewhere. All right, let's crank it up. It's neutral. Throttles are back. Come on, oil pressure. There we go. Starboard engine. Let's go oil pressure. And there we go. All right. All right, I'm gonna try to pull the anchor up and see what happens. Sure, it's got to have mud. This bottom is really thick clay. Yep. It's got big old chunks on it. That is some nasty clay there. I'm gonna try dragging it in the water a little bit and get off what I can while I depart here. And when I get over to the marina, if it has more on there, I'll use their hose. A lot more pressure than what I have on the boat. I'm gonna use my forward button here and drop this thing down. There we go. So that way it's just in the water. And I'm gonna drive forward for a couple hundred yards, swinging back and forth, and let the mud get washed off, hopefully. All right. Leaving the isinglass zipped up, even though it's all covered with fog and water. I got some of it wiped off with a squeegee because it's still pretty chilly out. And if I start moving forward, the wind chill is going to make me freeze. I will freeze, I tell you. I'm going to use my thrusters because I'm really close to shore, and I'm scared there might be some branches and stuff I might suck up. So let's use the thrusters to move sideways. That should be enough. It's not good running the thrusters for a long time. They pull a buttload of power from your batteries. So just wanted to kind of get out of there. It's pretty shallow right there. I don't hear anything banging under the boat. So I should be good. All right, let's pivot it around. Left or port to the starboard, from the port back. I can't even talk. I want to put the left one back and the right one forward. How's that? Port back, starboard forward. And let it pivot. Pivot. And let's get going. All right, we'll see you at the marina. There's the dredge barge. That was kind of like blocking the way.
Hey buddy, your anchor is still down.
Oh.
You need to turn your anchor up about another 5 foot.
Dang, I forgot again. Yeah, I was dragging it trying to get the mud off of it and completely forgot. So thank you very much for getting me to be embarrassed in front of my friends down the road.
I won't tell anybody.
Oh, thank you. Oh, he told me my anchor's still down. Unbelievable. Here we go. God, I'm so glad he told me that. I was supposed to do something that I didn't do.
Okay, my anchor's up and it's clean. A tow heading right at me, and I'm heading right at him. He's gonna squish me like a gnat. So I'm just gonna get out of his way. This is one of those things where I'm talking about you don't always need to call. I've got 200 feet on the side of him. I'm just gonna stay out of his way. No need to call and say, which side do you want me to pass on? Just get the hell out of his way and he won't crush you like a gnat. The sun is in my eyes. I don't know if it really shows up on the phone, but that sun is glaring. I could hardly see. He looked like he was way down there, but he's right there. He would have crushed me like a gnat. You can tell he's got nothing in it because he's floating way up in the air. He's probably looking at me like, I'll crush you like a gnat. Okay, let's get going. Where do you want me to be for fuel?
You take it in the back?
Yeah.
We'll pull you up a little bit more. You're
Okay.
good.
Hi. Okay, we're good. Shut down. I'm back. I don't know if you can see the mud kicked up here. It's pretty shallow. Okay.
We'll get this side started
get it?
if you want to do that
Yeah,
side
yeah.
over there.
Sure. It doesn't take it fast.
Okay.
Hey, Randy. Yeah, you got to kind of go slower. It starts to overflow pretty quickly. Okay, we're full. Only took about 30 gallons aside. I just wanted to make sure it was topped off before we start heading further south. Yep. Okay, I didn't have the camera running. I twisted my ankle. I jumped over the boat because I still think I'm 19 years old, and I rolled my ankle. Oh my God. Michael, you've got to slow down. You're not 19 years old anymore. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh my goodness. I can still walk. It's getting better every step, so I'm walking it off. Oh man, that didn't feel good at all. All right, I'm going up here to pay for my fuel. Swapping spots with Not So Fast. I just untied him. He's going to come around and go where I'm at so he can fuel up. And I'm going to go over there and tie up and wait for him to be done. Then both of us will leave. This is how you do it by yourself. You lay your line, the bow line down the side, and then over the outside of the rail. Do the same with the stern line. Just kind of wrap it up here so it stays. Whoop, there we go. Okay. Thrust her out a little bit from the bow. All right, I'm off to pivot around and get over there. Pivot. Halfway and pivot. Give it more stern power so it pulls me backward a little bit. Get halfway and then I can put both together. And a little more stern.
on the starboard side. Both together. Let the boat settle. See what it's going to do. Straighten my wheel. There we go. Turn to the right. Give it both engines to stop, and it'll pull the S end over. And if it's settling still like it is, I'm going to kill the engines. Give it a little bit of right bow, and I'm done. Mosey on down. Step off the boat. Here's the cool part. I now have the stern and the bow line. I can grab the stern line, tie this off, stern's in. Now I've got the bow line laying right beside me here. I don't have to go reaching for it and fall in the water, even though I love falling in the water and hurting myself. But that way both are laying right there, easy grab. This is what you have to do when you're by yourself. If you have somebody else with you, you don't have to go through this song and dance. All right, tie this off. There we go. That's all there is to it. Easy peasy. Okay, we are fueled up. I pulled around the corner and went ahead and told them we're going to hang out here for about an hour because of the lock. So I'm gonna run up and take a quick shower. Hopefully they're okay with that. And Randy and Carolyn are over there. They're gonna do the same thing. So let me hop on my horse and run up to the shower real quick. You didn't know I had a horse, did you? Okay, I've changed into my shorts and flip-flops. I got my towel. Walk up here. Shower's right up here. Hopefully nobody's in here. We got in. Had to go get the proprietor to get the lock to open. He wouldn't open. Okay, shower time. Everything's shut off. I didn't leave anything here. Nice bathroom facility. Nice shower. This is Columbus Marina. In case any of you are coming this way. They're very nice, friendly people. They're very helpful on the dock. The manager, Steve Arndt, does a great job. Very nice person. Very accommodating. So let's go back to the boat and get out of this dirty shirt. I don't bring clothes with me. I just shower, run back down. Okay, I didn't leave anything. Good. When you come here, Columbus Marina, very, very tight. You have to swing in from out there and come in to these markers, which almost deadheads you right into the edge of this fuel dock. So be aware. Back to the boat.
King of the world up here!
Hey, calm down over there. Okay, we are finally headed back out. Topped off with fuel, topped off with water. Took a bubble bath. Yeah, good to go. Charged my batteries. So there's Not So Fast in front of me. We're gonna come around the corner and go into this John C. Stennis Lock and Dam. John Stennis Lock. Checkmate.
Step back.
Yes, sir. 2 PCs wanting to go southbound. We're right in front of you now.
Yeah, Roger, you got the green light. Come on in.
Copy that. Heading in. All right. Green light. Head on in. Here we go. So usually you have less turbulence if they go all the way to the end. So he hasn't said anything. Some locks are different based upon what valves may be working or not. So I'm going to go on down there. You want to come into a lock at idle, and even a good ways back, you want to make sure you're at idle. Reason is because you're pushing a little bit of a wake in front of you, whether you know it or not. And if you come in and that wake, you stop, that wake will catch up with you. With a bow wave will catch up with you and make it rough, because it'll come in, bounce off either side of the wall, and it'll keep doing it for several minutes. So you always want to come into a lock and idle. Zero wind, so that's nice, because this enclosure will act like a sail and push you around. I'm going to start slowing down. Turn my thrusters on just to get them ready in case I need them. Do a little bit of port to swing the bow out a little bit, and then the starboard to straighten it up. A little more port.
Not so fast to secure.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Use the thruster to get me a little closer. Kill my engines. And go down and tie off.
Thank you for the lock through. Appreciate it. You have a good afternoon.
Yeah, right, yeah, thank you.
All right, let's get going. Randy's gonna lead. Nice to be on the road again, or on the waterway again.
We finally made it into Big B Anchorage. Nice little secluded place. Randy and Carolyn are going to stop by in their dinghy, pick me up, and we're going to do a dinner run at Harvey's, just a short 2 blocks away from the dinghy dock. And then we're going to leave bright and early in the morning to head further south.
Well, good morning again. I'm heading down the Ten Tom waterway, heading south. We're heading to an area called the Pickinsville Recreation Area. I'm behind Not So Fast. They're up there, way up there, about a half a mile ahead of me or so. And it's just a nice peaceful day out here. It's really beautiful. There's no other traffic. Just some birds around here and there. A whole lot of these buzzards hanging on the top of these power lines and power poles. Look at this. There were probably 1,000. The high tension towers on both sides were completely slammed with these buzzards. Just hundreds of them. Pretty amazing. The reason I said cormorants is because some of them had their wings open and drying them like cormorants do. So maybe there were some cormorants mixed in at different levels. Don't know. But a lot of them were huge, huge buzzards. Anyway, it's just a nice, peaceful day out here. So, it's a 20-mile run, and it's another anchorage. Last night was a nice, peaceful anchorage. I didn't bring the camera with me. We walked up, it was like 2 blocks away to go to Harvey's in Columbus, Mississippi. Really had a nice dinner, some different type of shrimp and grits like I've never had before. It was more of like a French style or Cajun style, and it wasn't the typical like Key West shrimp and grits. It was absolutely delicious. So something new. It was nice. Of course, I ate too much. Anyway, so we're just kind of peacefully riding along, enjoying the day. We'll turn the camera back on when I get there. You know, this is the only part about the loop that kind of sucks. You lose coverage. And what's weird is I've got 3 bars, but it won't make a phone call or no data. I mean, that's one of the problems. That so many cell sites are transmitting, but there's nothing there, nothing connected. Man, I really need to make a phone call right now. It used to be when there was landline. Remember landlines? You could actually go to like a phone booth, put a quarter in, and make a phone call, and it was always there. You knew there was one there. That's one thing. What the heck? You're kidding me! Look at this! Is that a phone booth? Look at that! Well, just in the nick of time, I really needed to make a phone call. Well, let's see if I can get up there. I hope it still works. Let's go make that phone call. Oh, it's cold water. Huh. Oh, it's cold water. Tie it off like a horse. Oh man, I don't know if I can get up here or not. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Hello. Nobody's taking care of this thing. There's not even a phone in here. Oh, here's the receiver. Oh no, it's broken. I can't make a phone call. Hello? Hello? Oh no, I can't make a phone call. I'm at the phone booth here on the river. The phone doesn't work. What is it with this AT&T stuff? Oh well. Look what's up here. Thousands of millions of them. Shotgun shells. They must be doing a pull. I mean, the ground is literally just covered with them. Look at this. Just literally covered with them. All different sizes and shapes. They must be doing clay pigeons up here. Cool. Oh, I'm gonna shut the door. Oh, the door. Oh, the door's broken. Okay, I can see if I can hurt myself now. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't reach. Up, 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 up. Whoa. Oh, that's cold. That's cold. Back to the boat, back to the trip. That was the fun for the day. Done. Give it a little push so it sets in there and we're ready to go. So that was cool. That's something you need to check out. It's at about mile marker 311.8 on the Tom Bigby Waterway. Okay, my starter's not engaging on my starboard engine. This happened one time before and it just, I went down and checked it, came back up and it started. And that was like a year ago. Come on. Great. Well, at least I got 2 engines. All right, I've done what I can while I'm on the water
I'm not going to get down in the engine room and everything now. I'm just going to go continue on one engine. Got the port engine going forward. It just the starter won't kick in. And of course, it's the one that's the hardest to get to. The solenoid is literally impossible to reach. Because I have a spare solenoid, because just in case this happened, because it did happen like a year ago. So I've got, let's see, 3.5 miles to go to get to our anchorage tonight. Just going to continue on one engine nice and slow, doing like 6 miles an hour. And when I get there, I'll let the engine room cool off and have some dinner, and then I'll go mess with it. It's a boat. Things happen. It's 40 feet deep here. I've dropped 200 feet of road, and now and it's on a really big slope. So like right there is like 1 foot. So it's a slope straight down. I'm anchored that way. So I'm backing up that way. So the anchor is really dug up on the side of the slope. There's a log right there. I'm gonna go do a stern tie to that log. At least that's the plan. I have to go that direction while feeding out the rope. Make sure it doesn't get tangled up and get caught in the prop. Of course it's not going to. Darn it. All right, it's caught under the engine. All right, let's see if I can get it out. Come on, sink, 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 sink. There we go. All right, we're good again. Let's find that log. Let's get out of my flip-flops, and hopefully it's not like super, oh, it's cold. Hope it's not gushy and sinks 2 feet. No, it's only about 3 inches. We're good. Oh, my flip-flops are sticking in the mud. Yeah. Okay, that boat's not going anywhere. Motor's pretty well stuck. Let's bring the line with me in case. So now I've got the boat line and the dinghy line. Let's hook the dinghy around this log so it doesn't go anywhere. Pull the big boy back. Come on, girl. Back this way. My flip-flops are down in the mud. This is not even mud, it's that sticky clay. Oh, I can't get my flip-flop out. Ah, there we go. I didn't put my shoes on because I was in a hurry. Just jumped in the boat and went. When I got all the way over here, I realized I had my flip-flops on. You know, you don't always think when you're doing stuff. My boat was floating away and I wanted to get it tied, and I didn't spend the time to think it out. I didn't want the boat to float away. It's okay. I'll walk slow so my flip-flops don't get ripped off of my feet. All right. And I'm just going to bring the other end over to the boat. Okay. Oh, I hope it's long enough. It's going to be just barely long enough. Gonna have to pull the boat back some. Come on. Back up, big girl. I'm not gonna press my luck. I'm gonna tie it off right here. Okay, we're stern tied to a log under the water. Woohoo! That was fun. There's the old one. Oh my gosh. What a pain in the butt to get to the starboard engine. Of course, I don't see it anywhere. Okay, now is the acid test. Let's see if it starts. Yes! Oh man! Yes! Yes! It works!
Man, it's so good when you fix something. It just makes you feel like awesome inside. Wow, especially when you're on the water working on an engine on a boat. Holy mackerel. Man, I'm happy about that. God, that made my day. That made my week. Yes. All right. I'm going to shut it back down and clean up my mess. Good morning from an anchorage here on the Tennessee Tom Bigby Waterway. This is what it's all about. Waking up to a beautiful sunrise. The sun hasn't come up yet. It's only 6:55 in the morning. Just absolutely beautiful out. Man, I love this. Nice peaceful evening last night. Slept really good. Looks like there's even a fisherman right there. They're out bright and early trying to catch some bass. See if I can get it to change. There we go. Now we can see what the sunrise looks like. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. I don't care about seeing my ugly puss. I want to see the beautiful scenery. And over here, we swing around. Make you dizzy. There's Not So Fast, Randy and Carolyn. But man, is it beautiful out here today. Wow. And there's a lot of mosquitoes. My goodness, I don't know if you can see these on the camera, but I mean thousands. Let me swing back around. I wonder if they show up. Just a cloud of mosquitoes, big ones. I'm sure they're looking for me. But anyway, so let me tell you what's going on while you're looking at the beautiful sunrise. It's been a cool week on the 10 Tom, heading south, getting closer to Mobile. And I keep my eyes on, the November-ish, hurricane-ish wind down season. And it's exciting. I can't wait to get down into salt water. I really want to get to Florida really, really bad. So I think that's all I have for you for this week. Once again, thank you so much for traveling along with my little lifelong bucket list journey. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.